Hi, this is the Pauline Long Show. It's a very popular global talk show. As you know, watching us from right here in the UK, you can always tune in on Sky channel 182. That's Ben Television. We want to discuss issues that affects you. Very good morning, good evening, and good afternoon from wherever you're watching us. Welcome to this wonderful show that's going to showcase amazing women from right here in the UK, talking politics, talking power, talking, giving back. First, I am so thrilled to introduce a lady that, she's not only my sister, but a sister to many. She is powerful. She founded the Powerhouse Global Women Conference, and this year we have a massive award ceremony where people are flying in all the way from the US, different parts of Africa, and of course people from right here in Europe. The event is on the 23rd and 24th of June. You know what? I don't want to carry on rambling too much, because let me welcome the wonderful, the gorgeous Anita Duckworth-Bradshaw. How you doing?
I am good, sister. It's good to be on the show. It's so lovely to be here with you. Thank you so much.
Every time I have you in the show, I feel power. You know this power.
It's magnetic.
I don't know where it's coming from.
It's magnetic, you know.
Yes, and just for the benefit of people who don't know about Powerhouse Global Women, now tell us more.
Oh, thank you very much. Hello, viewers. Such a brilliant day. I know it's raining out there, but I tell you, it's a blessing. Concerning Powerhouse Global, we started in 2013, and to be honest with you, we've made a powerful, positive global impact, both in the US and also in Africa. And it's about empowering women from the grassroots up to the CEO level, because we believe that every woman is a powerhouse, whether they are hurting or they are living in fulfillment. Those of us who are already living in fulfillment because we're living our purpose, our job is to shine light on those who are still there, or who, due to circumstances of life, they've kind of missed their path. So that is what it's all about.
Every woman is a powerhouse.
Oh, yes.
That is powerful. What was your inspiration behind, starting this powerhouse movement? Because I call it a movement, because every woman associated with you is kind of powerful.
Thank you. Well, I grew up in Nigeria, and as a little girl, first of all, I must say that I have been given wisdom beyond my age, and I make no apologies for that. Yes, I'm a special child. And I was very observant to see how women struggle to get to the next level, and the marginalization was too much.
In Nigeria?
That was my observation. But in my heart of heart, I said that when I grow up, I'm still growing, that I'm going to make a huge difference.
Yes.
And sadly, my mommy, she's gone to be with the Lord now 14 years, God rest her. So she was a powerhouse woman. She was actually the first president of the women group in my whole local government. I only found that recently. So my mother, my late mother, is actually my motivator to empower women, because even though she was young, I saw elderly women come to her for counsel. She had wisdom beyond her age. And I am living what she left behind, and I know that I'm doing it in a better way in the modern society. And I know that out of the over 3.5 billion women that are in the world,
yes,
80% of them are still living, undervalued. That's just the truth. Yes. So that is the reason why we set up Powerhouse.
And so your mission is to help free these women.
Freedom is a big word.
Yes.
You can go in there and take out whatever you want to get from freedom. I would not necessarily use the word freedom, but I will use the empowerment to understand who they are, to do more, to have more, to become more. Because no matter the stages of life that you find yourself, there is still more. And that's why we're on a journey as human beings.
Right.
And women, honestly, are the nation builders. That's why, there's a wise saying that, when you educate a woman, you educate a nation, because she will always pass it down to her children, whether biological or non-biological. So women are essential for the growth of the community, the society, the world at large. And I am proud to be a woman, and not just a woman, a powerhouse global woman
I
movement
love
propagator.
the sound of that. I love the sound of that. Now you have got powerhouse women speaking on that day. I see you've got Patty Farmer flying in all the way from the US.
Honestly,
Incredible.
I am just so grateful for her because she's one of the American finest. I was privileged to meet her 3 years ago when I spoke at a conference in Houston, and I've been wanting to get her to the UK, but thank goodness she's open to that, and now she's booked to attend to come and empower our women, because women, hey, like I said yesterday, stop feeling sorry for yourself. You're a powerhouse woman. No matter where you find yourself, no matter the challenges that you're facing right now, you can do more, you can have more, you can become more. But you need to be in the circle of women who are doing things, who are positively, and selflessly making positive change in the community, in the world at large. So it's not about quantity. It's about quality.
It's about
quality.
I
believe that one person can open a door for you.
Yeah, and talking about quality, yeah, let me just carry on the speakers. You got the amazing marketing guru. I know she says I shouldn't call her guru, but I think that when you think about marketing and branding, V Roberts is the name.
She is good.
Absolutely
she
incredible.
is amazing.
Then you've got Jill Baham.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wonderful. Christine Giscombe. Just amazing.
And not just the speakers that we've mentioned so far. We have women flying from Africa, flying from Europe, and not only that, is the fact that quality people are going to be at this conference that is going to transform the lives of delegates. They are potential business partners. They are potential, clients. And to be honest with you, each time we organize events, because I'm a life and business coach, I always have at the back of my mind, what will my delegate benefit? So it's an intentional act. And I know that we have testimony. I mean, Lifty Faith founder Sandra Nelson can attest to that. Anyone that attend our event always have something positive to add to their personal and professional life.
For that, I've followed you for the past 3 years. I've been very privileged as well to speak at your event, and I will be speaking again on the 24th. Guys, be there. This is an event I don't even need to sell to you, because it's where you find women of purpose, women that are actually making things happen. They're not just talking. It's a very good time for women, but sometimes we get lost and we're doing too much until we don't know where we should be. But I've just seen the caliber of women attending this event. You know what? I don't need to convince anyone to be there.
That's just the truth. I say to people, you need to be there to tell the story.
Yes.
That's just what it is. But I can guarantee that your life will not be the same by attending this workshop, the conference, and also those who will be honored at the awards event.
Wow. Now, what about the people that cannot attend? Is there anything else that they can do to benefit from this fantastic program?
Before I respond to that question, because we've just started a project in Africa where we are supporting the less privileged. Last year we fed over 500 children, and this year we're targeting about 1,000, and also a back to school project. So even if you don't want to, or you don't have the time to attend this event, you can donate to support this project, because it's a global vision. And not only that, we will have a video ready after the conference that people can actually invest in, and they can have it.
That money is going to the children.
Majority of the money. I mean, it depends on the profit made, but it has always been a self-funded project. So a little support will make a whole lot of difference.
Men allowed?
Of course, men are allowed.
Okay. Glad to hear that. Men are allowed, guys. Don't forget, on the 23rd and 24th of June, big conference right here in London. Don't miss the Powerhouse Global Women Conference and Awards. You must attend. It's a must attend. Anita, thank you very much for coming on the show.
My pleasure. I love you too, sister. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, don't go away, because Britain is heating up. It's election time. We only got one day to decide who are you voting for and why. Don't go away. We'll be right back with a panel of powerful women parliamentary candidates who also want your support. So we'll be back right shortly. On Sky Channel 182, that's Ben Television. We want to discuss issues that affects you. Hi, this is the Pauline Long Show. It's a very popular global talk show. As you know, watching us from right here in the UK, you can always tune in on Sky Channel 1, on Sky Channel 182. That's Ben Television. We want to discuss issues that affects you. Yes, we are back. I said earlier on, we have a powerful show today. We just had a lady, Anita, who has the Powerhouse Global Women Conference on the 23rd and 24th. But now we are on to a powerful panel of powerful political women. You know, Theresa May strung a surprise on us last month saying elections are coming on June the 8th. We only have 1 day left. Now, who are you going to vote for and why? That's the question I'm asking you guys. You can call 0208 808 or 693, text or WhatsApp 0756550143. Your secret will stay safe with me if you text. I just want to know, who are you voting and why? Let me welcome the panelist, Joyce Onstead, who is the parliamentary candidate for Liberal Democrats. Hammersmith, welcome on the show.
Oh, thank you very much, Pauline.
Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank
And
you for having me.
Sitting very, very pretty next to Joyce is the one and only Molly Samuel, Leport MBE. She is the parliamentary candidate for Walthamstow Conservative. Welcome on the show.
Thank you very much, Pauline. It's an honour to be on your show.
Good to have you on. And finally, it's the one and only Kate Tuitt. I've always wanted to meet her. Yes, the Labour parliamentary candidate for Richmond Park. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
Finally.
And to be on a panel with some other eminent political women.
Yes. Now, it's heating up. You know, everybody's sitting on the edge.
Yep.
Because we've only got 1 day left. Just 1 day for people to decide. Now, I'm not going to ask you guys, who are you going to vote for and why? The question was just for the viewers. But I want the viewers to know from yourselves, which side are you on and why do you want people to vote for you? Let's start with you, Kate.
Well, I would love people to vote for us because we're the progressive party. Our manifesto, the Labour Party's very, very progressive manifesto. We're looking to tackle child poverty, to ensure that pensioners and those who have worked all their lives will live in dignity, secure the triple lock. We want to make sure that we unlock and unleash the potential of all of the black and ethnic minority communities in the UK with our race manifesto, race and faith manifesto, which will put back race and faith on the agenda in Parliament. And we also want to make sure that young people are not saddled with the burden of huge university fees. So whatever your background, you can go to university and know that you won't be saddled with triple fees, which the Tory and the Lib Dems put up when they were in coalition government.
Now, the Conservatives are looking for forward together. Britain forward together. Molly.
It's essential that we focus on Brexit. We need Theresa May to renegotiate. She needs a clear mandate, and that is what is essentially important. It is about Brexit. In terms of Labour, it's very important that they find the right papers, let alone count.
They find the right what? Papers.
You know, Corbyn's always shuffling papers, Diane Abbott's always forgetting the numbers. These people cannot be trusted in government.
Can you be trusted?
Oh yes, we can. We've reduced the deficit by 2/3. We've been quite successfully, actually. And in Theresa May, you'll find a strong and stable leader. In Corbyn, you won't get that. We're not sure if his cabinet will desert him. They've done it before. So, in terms of young people, we've got a brilliant record in terms of employment. We've had the highest employment since years. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's Theresa May.
If that's what it is, if that's what Conservatives stand for, you've had the high employment and
reduce the deficit.
Reduce the deficit. Why is the manifesto going for a stronger and a fairer Britain? If it's stronger and fairer, then why are they putting this at the forefront? Because that's what I see every time Theresa May is there. She says, we want a fairer and a stronger.
And we're continuing with that. But what's important at the moment, as Theresa May says, is Brexit. We need her to have a mandate, a clear mandate. There's obstacles, with Labour and some of the other parties. She needs a clear mandate to go into Europe and negotiate a successful deal.
Joyce, let me bring you into the conversation. Liberal Democrat want a brighter future for the entire Britain. Tell us more.
Okay, so as Pauline said, I'm the Liberal Democrat candidate for Hammersmith. And you've just heard for yourself how inconsistent the Conservatives are, the Tory party is, saying that they have brought equality and fairness and then saying that's what we're looking forward for. As far as the Liberal Democrats are concerned, there are two important things that have happened in our society since we had the last election. The first one is Brexit, which was just called by the Tory party for their own political reasons, internal ones, in order to appease their...
You mean it wasn't serving the rest of Britain?
No,
it's just that?
It was to appease their Nigel Farage wing of the Conservative Party. So that's why we had Brexit. And then, after that, but the Labour Party has been completely useless in opposing the Conservatives.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Molly, you're agreeing with that?
I wouldn't agree with that.
The reason why the Tories have managed to do what they have done so far, cut, slash, get rid of all the services, education, police, everything, excuse me, it's because the Labour Party has been completely ineffective. It has been totally ineffective.
I don't agree
Giving
with that.
Theresa May a blank check.
I don't agree with that. On the issue of the economy and the debt, the choices that the Labour Party would make would be completely different from the Tories and the Lib Dems. The Labour Party would...
What do you mean, like the 3 trillion that they left us with last time?
The choices, the choices wouldn't be to slash disabled benefits, ESA, and to bring down the deficit on the back of the most poverty-stricken people in this country, to stop people with disabilities to have to go through these huge medical by unqualified staff, medical assessments, and then their benefits are cut. To also bring it through, to also cut the deficit by asset stripping. The Liberal Dems, the Liberal Dems, for example, Sir Vince Cable, when they were in power, they sold off the post office.
When they were in power
with the coalition. Yeah. The post office was sold off. He was the business secretary then, Sir Vince Cable, and that was sold off. But
I think one of the worst things of all is that when Labour was in power, Gordon Brown sold our gold at below market prices.
Forget about gold. How about the NHS?
Yes.
It's the Labour Party that trusted the privatisation.
The biggest asset stripping in history, if you look over the Labour Party, has always been the Tories and the Lib Dems. We have only been in power for 23 years out of 100 years.
Yes, but Labour Party, I know about your argument about, when Labour was in, a lot of things got destroyed and
privatisation started of the
But the Labour Party now is coming to say, It wants an economy that works for
all,
Well,
for the
it's-
many.
Well, the problem is this: is
For
that
the many,
not
for
the
the
few.
the problem is this: it's always the Conservative. We have a brilliant record in bringing the economy back up. Why allow Labour to come back in to bring us and destroy the economy
They do
again?
not have a
They've
brilliant
never,
record.
excuse me, they've never ever
They
been
have
good
not got a
with the
brilliant
economy,
record in
and
bringing the
I'm sure
economy
no
up.
one wants to see Diane
let me
Abbott.
ask you.
I'm
but
sure we
with
should
Labour-
allow ourselves every voice to be heard.
Yes.
I was just about to say, how is Labour going to affect this when they are constantly fighting each other?
Yes,
They have been
I
unable
agree.
to be
I am
united.
not
I mean,
fighting
about
anyone.
them fighting each other, that is not important.
I
isn't
am
it?
not fighting
Well, it
anyone.
is very
As you
important
can
because
see,
then you
I'm
can't get anything
calmly
done.
sitting
I
here.
don't
cannot-
believe.
you
I
cannot
don't believe
oppose.
that Labour is for the working people. Should I tell you something? I'm representing Walthamstow,
Right.
and in Walthamstow, they
Stella
want.
Cressy,
they
a wonderful
want,
MP, Stella Cressy.
They want
a wonderful MP.
businesses. They want local people to do good. The businesses are crying out for the Conservatives. Shall I tell you why? Because of their schemes in terms of the way
The
they.
businesses
Excuse
in
me,
Richmond
there's
Park-
no consultation with the
businesses
locals.
in Richmond
It is
Park are
collapsing,
closing.
and they are crying.
Under the top.
Closing.
The,
Crying because
the
they don't-
businesses in Richmond Park are closing. When I walk along Sheen High Street and Richmond High Street,
Yes.
businessmen and women tell me that the London Tories have put up the business rate so high they have to leave. They cannot cope. Along Sheen High Street, Mortlake, East Sheen, Richmond, Coombe Vale, lots of the area in Richmond Park where I'm running, they are struggling to maintain their
Well,
business
you would
and
say
business
that, but
rate.
where is the
Can
evidence?
I come in here? I can't sit here listening to a Conservative telling us about how they're going to make things fair when all the cuts, I mean, all we have seen is cut.
And I was
not-
actually going to ask
Yes,
that.
and can I just
where
say-
did all the money from austerity
Yes,
measures
but I do
go?
want to
Yes.
make this point because
Yes.
it's important. A lot is made of Theresa May's being
brilliant.
being the daughter of a vicar. As far as I can see,
How does that come in?
Does that come in?
How does that come in? I'm
Yes.
sorry, Joyce, but how does that?
yeah, because
She's
every
blessed.
time, no, listen to this. Every time you turn on the television,
Right.
a lot is made up of this. You go, oh, she's a vicar's daughter and all that. But from what I can see, all she has taken from that is take from those who give those who have more and take from those who do not have.
I suppose it's like the tuition fee, you know.
And she's
rob the
forgotten.
kids,
No,
put them
and
in debt
she's-
for years to come.
Yes,
Can I-
My daughter
can
has
I
got a
finish this,
20,000.
please?
No, you brought something. My daughter has a 20,000
I need to finish
pound
this.
loan,
No.
and it's because of your people.
I need to
tuition
finish
fees.
this point because you
Nick
interrupted
Nick
me.
Clegg.
Right, Joyce, finish your
Yeah,
point.
so she forgot the part that says if you have two shots, give one to the one who does not have.
Right.
So all we have seen from the Tory parties, when we were in coalition with them, people did not understand how much we held them in check. We stabilized-
That why you were
I'm
there?
sorry, you
Yes, to
weren't
hold them
there.
in check.
They
we
didn't.
stabilized this country's
They did not.
economy.
They
We
did
introduced a
not.
Pupil Premium.
No,
The Pupil Premium is a Lib Dem policy.
But if you put them in check,
Can I say something?
Apprenticeships
Can I say
following
something?
elections.
No, you didn't
would have
introduce the
taken the-
We
premium.
did.
You did
No,
not.
you didn't.
Right, can I say something?
That
You're
is
knocking
a
the
Lib Dem
Tories on
policy.
both sides.
No,
but
no.
let's remember,
But not you
if it wasn't
personally.
for the Tories, there wouldn't have been abolishment of slavery. You wouldn't have had a female MP. You
William
wouldn't have had two
Wilberforce-
prime ministers.
William
which
Wilberforce-
your parties have not
William-
even considered yet.
William
So please, let's not go
William
there.
Wilberforce, and sorry to go back to, you mentioned the church and the vicar's daughter, but William Wilberforce
Two prime ministers.
came from, you know, there was a church movement, a Christianity movement as well that wanted to abolish slavery. It wasn't just a political
Well, the Conservatives are the
movement.
ones
Well,
who
I
know
don't
about
know
history
how to
and
But
do
values.
anyway,
today.
let's turn to the food banks. Now,
Right,
we've heard
okay.
from the Tories that they've stabilised the country and that people
No,
are
the
much
Lib Dems.
better
That was
off.
fabricated.
And the
The
Lib
Lib
Dems.
Dems.
Listen,
the
the
Lib Dems.
Trust-
Now, the Trussell Trust
Trust
and the food
said
bank,
that they
which
were
I
counted
run,
twice, so
I run a
you can't
food
go
bank.
on those stats.
I run a food bank
Yeah.
with the Human Relief Foundation, with the charity What I Do, the national charity and local charity.
can't give
And we
those
serve
stats.
the people across
The
East
question is,
London.
why do
Now,
we
the
need
food
food
banks have
We
run
don't
up
need food
by
banks. We've always had
1.1
them.
million. We're in a G7 country, one of the richest countries in the world, and yet
Now,
under the Tories
that
and
is
Lib
po-
Dems,
that's poverty,
their people
right?
are in poverty and having to go
The
to
Trust
food banks because the
report-
economy is
but
not being run properly
the
by the
Trust
Tories,
report-
neither previously by the
Excuse
Lib
me,
Dems.
you can shout all you
People
like.
are starving.
The Trust report
Could we
showed
have- could
that
we-
people who
Okay,
were
hold
in
on,
those
hold on.
statistics were counted twice. So we can't go on
No,
that.
no,
But
there's
let's
facts.
talk, no, let me
we allow
ask a
each
straight
other
question.
to actually
has the
speak.
number of food banks increased? Yes or
Under
no?
Tories it has.
Yes or
Yes.
no?
No, it does not.
course it
Can
has
I-
not.
Well, you're asking
So
me a
there's a
question. Let me
particular-
answer it. The problem is, under the Conservative Party, we have not put any restriction on revealing food banks. There was under Labour.
Right. No,
There was under Labour.
Ian Duncan Smith has also hidden the deaths. There's many fatalities and deaths which have occurred
Have you got
as
evidence
a
of this?
result. Yes, we
Where are
have.
they?
As a result of the cuts to
242.
people's
Okay.
benefits.
I
And
can't-
ESA,
I'm
Employment
going to-
Support Allowance,
I am
the
going to
working
speak here.
group,
I'm
the
sorry.
activity
Can I-
working
Right,
Sorry
group,
about my party. I thought
the activity working
Can I-
group element and the changes what Ian Duncan Smith, the Tory minister, put into effect that affected disabled people. As a result of that, I've got evidence here which I can show
Disabled
of
people have been
people who
affected.
died
Listen, at the
as
end
a
of the
result.
day-
They had no money to
Understand.
put on their heating, they had no money to buy food,
I think she's
and
exaggerating.
some of them died.
Ian
And
Duncan
Ian Duncan Smith has
Smith-
hidden the
Wait,
figures
it's not
with
Ian-
the price
it's not
under the
Ian
Freedom
Duncan
under the
Smith.
Freedom of
Wait,
Information Act,
Excuse me, you're
and
gonna
they
be a
have
politician.
not. They have not
Ian
revealed
Duncan
the
Smith is a
data.
brilliant MP.
Okay.
Yes, there were some areas.
Who died.
I'm going-
He resigned. But at the end
Yes,
of the
he
day,
done the right thing and resigned because he resigned.
Do you know
for a
who
reason.
should resign?
Let's
Corbyn.
see. Let's see.
I mean, we can-
Why would you want? Why would you want?
Corbyn
our
to
leader
resign?
No, no.
Do you know
That's
why I
your
want you
leader.
to
He
resign?
must lead us
he
through
could never
social
protect our
justice for the
country.
many.
It's
He
my
must
time to
lead
speak
us for
now.
the many.
It is your
Okay.
For the
It's
many.
my
We're
time
for the
to
many,
speak.
not the few, and we must be led for the many by.
Can we hear from
It's
Joyce?
my turn
Can we hear from
now.
Joyce?
I know
Can
we
we hear
can
from Joyce?
scream and all, but
Yeah, we're all passionate about this. Let's hear
Very.
from
He's
Joyce.
very
Very
passionate.
passionate about this.
But we've got to get our facts right.
But we have to get our facts straight.
Yes.
You're right. The reason why we have food banks is because, first of all, of the cuts by the
Right.
Tories, which has cut also no rises in salaries, and most of all, because of benefit sanctions.
Well, the reason why there's no rise
Yes,
at the
no,
moment.
no, it's my turn to
Joyce,
speak.
yeah.
Sorry,
Because
Joyce.
of benefit sanctions. A lot of people who are at the food banks are people who have been sanctioned for a little reason, whatever it is. I've spoken to a lot of people about this. And so because they cannot access their benefit, or when they're at work, they have found because of, we know Brexit is not quite here yet, but the prices have been going up and up because of the devaluation of the pound. So which means that the money that used to stretch a long way now goes nowhere. So the reason those are the reasons
Under
why we
the
have food
Tories,
banks.
the
And
economy has
that is
floundered.
why the Lib
The
Dems,
economy has floundered
In
under
terms,
the
excuse me,
Tories.
in terms of
Dems,
Brexit,
Most working people have to
are
go to food
going
banks
to
in
now.
terms of
abolish
Brexit, this
the
country
sanctions.
voted for it. And we need to respect the
So
fact.
are
You're,
we-
you
are
know,
we- are we
Liberal Democrat.
using-
We
Liberal
need to
Dems do
respect
not
that.
respect the
Brexit
fact
as-
of
as
it.
a
No, I'm
as a
saying
way
that
to
all I'm hearing
election.
on this side, you know, it's the Conservative.
But there is a
Brexit,
fact. There is
we
something.
voted for
There
it.
is something that Theresa May keeps saying. Yeah, that the stronger communities can only be built through stronger economy. Now, I hear cries from both of you, Labour and Liberal Democrat, that the communities are not strong. They're on their knees. But
course
yet,
they are.
Theresa May says. We have a strong
employment.
economy. We
We've
have a
got
strong
high
economy.
employment.
So how can that? It's a bit contradictory, is it?
Well,
Or-
we
we've
need
got a
to
strong
totally
economy. Well,
contradictory.
listen,
we need
we-
everything. Who's
the
going first?
Conservatives.
I'd like to
Right,
speak.
well, let's have one. Yes, you
No,
go
she-
ahead.
she-
Because you keep
Yeah,
shouting.
go ahead.
You know, at the end of the
I'm
day,
not
the
shouting,
Conservatives
you know I
are doing
have
brilliant.
asthma.
We've reduced the deficit, as I said, by 2/3. Employment is up, okay? Key things. So
What
don't
type of
blame the
employment?
Conserv-
Zero-hour
Employment is up.
contracts under
Zero-hour
the Tories.
contracts was introduced by Labour. You know,
Most working
tuition
people
fees
have to
in
go to food
97
banks.
introduced
by
by
Labour.
Labour.
True,
You
true.
keep
And
knocking
now
the
our
Conservatives,
current
but
manifesto
it's the
is
Labour
making
who have
amends
brought
for
all
that.
these things in.
M-
You talk about
Thank
food banks.
goodness that we've
Food
got a
banks have been there
manifesto
since
now.
Victorian
A
times.
manifesto
Yeah.
now which is
Under
saying there
Labour,
should not
they
be any
suppressed it.
tuition fees anymore. So we've
Right.
corrected
So,
some
no,
of these
hold on.
errors
So
which have taken
where is
place.
Labour going to get that money from?
For what particular
know,
area?
For doing all
There's-
sorts of these things.
Yeah.
All these
Yes,
things.
and
You know, the
also,
56 billion
there's not
black
going
hole?
to be no tuition fees. That's a lot of money to take
Well,
out.
as you
Where is
know,
Labour going to get the
as
money
you
from?
know,
I'll tell you
as-
where Lib Dems will get money from.
No,
What?
let us
Okay.
speak back. Where is Labour going to get all this money from?
As you are aware, our manifesto, unlike the Tory party,
Yes.
was costed by the world-leading economics experts who are experts in economics and fiscal policy.
Right.
They have costed it, and they are advisors to the leadership team. They advise the Labour Party. I'm a candidate in a local constituency, as you know. I'm not in the leadership team, but I'm one of their candidates. And it's been fully costed, and the Tories manifesto hasn't. They've admitted it on national TV. I saw someone on Channel 4 admitting that. Now, as far as it comes to the local economy and creating a virtuous circle where businesses can thrive. I had a business in the past. I was a local business lady, like many other empowered black women. And we were able to thrive and develop. I was able to thrive and develop by the introduction of devolved powers, devolution from the Labour Party when they devolved powers to the Local Government Act and the communities. And the Local Government Acts and the Communities Acts meant that we were able to thrive at a local level by skills base being increased, partnerships
over 3 million
other
people in apprenticeships under the Conservatives.
Apprenticeships were being increased, and small businesses were being increased by the Labour Party, and that actually helped me, and it stimulated the local economy, and it will help.
It was a Lib Dems.
It wasn't. It is a Lib Dems. Shall I tell you what happened?
And I tell you something else.
No. The Localism Act 2011, which the Labour Party came in with the Localism Act 2011, that also gives more devolved powers to local people to empower them over their lives.
Well,
empower women.
In terms of local people, I'm here talking about Conservative. At the end of the day, I'm representing Walthamstow.
Yes.
I formed an organisation with a man called Nick Karim, and it's called Unite Against Homelessness.
Yes.
We're not horrible people. Yes. And it's I'm a teacher and I work in the homeless sector, and I'm a Conservative. We've always been accused of being these horrible people. Right. This will help communities, facilitate jobs, facilitate a volunteering pool, and also empower homeless people. I take offence when
I was a Labour councillor, I set up the Canary Wharf Partnership, which helped local apprenticeships to work in Canary Wharf and get jobs when I was a local councillor, which covered Tower Hamlets. I'm also the founding member, one of the inaugural board members of London Community Land Trust. There I am on the construction site. Building homes to improve and transform local neighbourhoods. Our first residents moved in last week, and we're building more homes across London on a community urban land trust and cooperative model, which I am a founding member of, and I am a Labour and proud co-op.
Far more homes have been built under the Conservative Labour.
Since the 1920s, they haven't built any. This is my own personal money that I invested in this. This is my own personal money, just like Joyce set up her organisation.
75 million under Labour, 189 under Conservative.
Just like Molly set up her organisation, this is my money.
You have to wait.
I invested my money.
We can't shout so much that we don't have any opportunity.
Joyce, hold on a minute. Yes, we have to, guys. I know it's heating up. I know, but one day to elections, we all want our party to win, but we have to have order in the house.
We have to have order in the house.
Yes, I agree.
Let me come back to you, Joyce. Yeah.
Yes.
Order. Liberal Democrats. They want to be standing up for Britain. They want Britain to have a place in Europe. Does it make sense to stand up for Britain in Europe when at home people are crying that Britain is not standing up for them?
That's right.
Well,
so why go and stand up? Yes.
Talking about standing up for people, I've spent most of my career standing up and fighting for the most marginalized, not just here in this country, but around the world, working in international development and in local charities, as in Hammersmith Family Friends that look after the most vulnerable. The Liberal Democrats care about fairness and equality, and we have been standing up for people. The Pupil Premium is a Lib Dem policy. The apprentices were introduced by the Lib Dems.
No,
We gave...
You will cut the schools. You will cut all the school funding across London.
No, we did not. The Conservatives have done it after we've left. What people are realizing in this country...
1.8 million. 1.8 million kids have benefited from Conservative being in government.
Do you think that Liberal Democrats now tend to blame Conservatives?
They do.
You guys now have this
coalition, and then what happened is
not about coalition.
No. The Conservatives claim all the good things that the Lib Dems brought in. They call it their policy. Pupil Premium is a Lib Dem policy.
Tuition fees have hit millions of university students. They are suffering. I have a daughter of 20 who has a mortgage for the next 20 years.
I mean, you don't allow me to speak. Can you be polite? Can you be polite? I've been so polite. I let both of you speak.
Well, I'm sorry, but you can't make these accusations.
I have been polite. I have allowed you to speak. And every time I speak, there's so much shouting like we can't hear
Well, you must get the facts.
Yes, so to get the facts right. So when what I was saying, people in this country are starting to realize how much has changed since we left the coalition, because we held in check the Conservatives.
No, you didn't.
We got in the
your Tory lights. Your Tory lights. Your policies are just Tory lights.
I'm talking now.
Right.
We got
the
in
same
the
as Tories,
Pupil
just slightly
Premium. That does not remove the fact that the Pupil Premium is a Lib Dem policy.
It doesn't remove the fact that free school meals are going to be cut. Free school meals will be cut.
That was a Lib Dem policy.
Labour's always been for free school meals.
That was brought in by the Lib Dems.
Under Thatcher, she stopped the milk. She stopped the milk, and under Theresa May, they stopped the meals.
And I'm going to talk about Brexit now.
It's better to have someone strong in power than someone weak who won't press the button if it matters.
I'm going to talk about Brexit now.
And
she asked me a question about Brexit. You asked me a question.
Who are you referring to?
Who are you
referring to Corbyn? She talks about Margaret Thatcher was a brilliant leader. She needs a strong leader at this moment.
Thatcher stopped the meal for school children.
If it wasn't for Thatcher, I would own my house.
He asked me a question and I'm going to
But you've had a long say now, Michael. You've gone over all your policies.
If it wasn't for Margaret Thatcher,
there's only 8 Liberal Democrat MPs. They are not going to be able to form a government. They will never be able to form a government.
Shouting doesn't make it right.
There is only 8 Liberal Democrat MPs in Richmond.
Is it about the numbers or about the policy?
It's about both, because to form a government and leadership,
values.
you need to also have a combination of the values and the principles.
Well, if you want leadership, in Richmond,
in the Labour Party, because at the end of the day, tactical voting in Richmond Park,
where we need change and we need conservatism.
I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to talk about Brexit because you asked me.
I'm going to give you 30 seconds to wrap up.
Yeah. The only progressive alternative in Richmond Park is the Labour Party. Tactical voting will not deliver a government which can be for the many and not the few. Tactical voting to vote for a Liberal Democrat candidate means that it's a wasted vote. Our manifesto is the most progressive out of all of the parties in Richmond Park.
Right, now we're coming back. Okay, Joyce, let me come back to you.
Yes.
You're parliamentary candidate for Hammersmith.
Yes.
And of course, Liberal Democrat. And you need the people to support you.
You need that seat.
Now speak to us. Tell us why.
Okay. This is why you should vote Liberal Democrat. This country is at a crossroads right now. Brexit is the biggest thing that has happened that's going to affect our NHS, education, jobs, housing, not just for us, but for our children and our grandchildren. It is such a big thing. And I am the only candidate from a party that's united completely behind fighting a hard Brexit that will affect our economy and our jobs and everything else in our society. All the other candidates, the Labour candidate voted against his own party, so he stands alone. He stands alone. The Labour Party is totally disunited. He voted against Corbyn. They are all against each other. So only the Lib Dems can provide the opposition that we need. This country needs a strong opposition. When governments do not have a strong opposition, they get out of hand. So vote Lib Dem to get a strong opposition and a breath of fresh air. Some people have been in Hammersmith for a very long time. However, we have seen that no real change has really taken place. Charing Cross Hospital is still under threat. Gibbs Green Estates are still going to be demolished.
Right.
Shepherd's Bush Market is still under threat.
We have to wrap up now. We have to wrap up. And I'm sure viewers at home, if you had Joyce speaking, you'll be able to cast your vote if you're happy. Thank you very much, Joyce. Now let's move to Molly. Molly, you are the parliamentary candidate for Conservatives for Walthamstow. Now, why do you want these people to vote for you?
Well, first of all, I think that I'd like people to consider our leader, Theresa May. I think if you want a strong and stable leadership, as we have got at the moment, you need to give her a full mandate and vote for Theresa May. In terms of Walthamstow needs a change. It needs somebody like me. I'm a fighter. I've won 7 World, 6 European, Commonwealth, Sunday Time International Sportswoman of the Year award. I've done many things in the community with young people who have been successful, who've come from dysfunctional backgrounds, but have gone on to get jobs as accountants and what have you. You can't help everyone, but I am somebody who comes with a proven record, not just says that I've got these businesses. I want to produce that in Walthamstow. I've spoken to shops. If you go into Walthamstow's market at the moment, you'll see all the Conservative posters all over the place. And guess what? That's never happened in the East End. So the people are crying out for change. They want Brexit, they want to give Theresa May a clear mandate for, progressive negotiation into Europe. So vote for Molly. I am a fighter. If you vote for me, I will bring in change and stop the Labour Council and the MP there closing down local businesses. So vote for Molly Samuel, and I will fight. I come with a record.
You've heard from Molly Samuel, and of course she wants you to give a clear mandate to Theresa May, but also support her to lead the people of Walthamstow. Molly, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And let's now come to you, Kate. Why would the people of Richmond Park pick you over everybody else? Why do you want them to do that?
Well, I want them to choose me because I'm passionate about Richmond Park. From a child, I took my children to Richmond Park to walk with the deer and to be amongst the environment. I'm very concerned about the environmental protections which come under the EU legislation and directives which we can lose when the Tory government go for their no deal and walk away and destroy the country. Now, Richmond Park residents, like me, you all voted overwhelmingly to remain in the EU, just like I campaigned to remain in the EU. And that's what we've both got in common. We love the EU. We're passionate about internationalism, about our neighbours, about making sure we have good jobs for our children, for our future, for our grandchildren. And I have a track record when I was a Labour councillor serving the people in the East End, in Bethnal Green and Bow. I have a long-standing track record of over 20 years when I was first elected as a Labour councillor to stand up for you, to serve you. And I love you. I love Richmond Park. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kate. Now, I know we are coming towards the end, and the latest. Let me just mention something. The latest polling average puts the Conservatives at 47%, Labour at 31.4%, Lib Dems 7.8%, and of course UKIP 5.2%.
Where is this? In where?
It's the latest, YouGov, So that's where we are now. We've only got 1 day left. So I don't know whether what we are arguing about here now is going to change any dynamics if Conservatives.
Can I just say something?
Conservatives
Can I just
did
say
not
something?
deliver
Because we didn't
in
mention
the past.
this.
If Labour is not promising what people want, if Lib Dem is only saying, oh, we're going to be safe in Europe, but you're not.
Can I just say something?
That's not what we're saying. We're not
constitutionally, they will not be able to do what they're saying.
Now,
it's
10 seconds. What we are telling people is that, yes, we voted at the referendum and we respect the will of the people.
No,
what
you
the
don't.
Lib Dems, yes, we do.
They don't.
What the Lib Dems are saying, listen to me, is that once you have seen, the people voted to leave.
If you go in,
once you have seen what is on offer, what Theresa May has managed to negotiate, and we'll help
been
her.
brilliant.
We will hold her to account so
not
that she gets
negotiated nothing yet.
a really good deal. But
Right.
if you don't like that deal, you
Right.
should have the right as a person to decide for yourself. I don't like this deal. I vote.
The people
I decide
voted.
to
Vote for
remain.
Theresa May.
Yes.
Guys, thank you very much.
Thank
The
you.
8th of June is fast.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
say one
Coming.
thing
Yes,
about the
very
people?
quickly.
I would just
5
like to
seconds.
offer my condolences to what happened
Yeah.
to
The terrorist
week-
attacks,
Terrorist
yeah.
attacks,
I agree.
terrorist attack to the
Thank you,
people.
guys.
That was
who were injured.
terrible.
Our condolences
We're all
goes to
together.
That
all
was
when it
awful.
comes.
Stand together.
Yes, we stand
Somehow
united.
we stand
We
united.
stand
Stand
united.
together.
Yes,
united,
we
ladies.
stand united.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much
Yes.
for coming.
Very good.
Joyce,
Thank you for
Molly,
Thank you.
and Kate, thank you
Cheers.
very much.
Thank you,
And
Joyce.
until next time, guys, on the 8th, don't forget, go and cast your vote. It's your voice. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Thank you.